And here we go on our Wednesday edition of the Orange and Brown Talk podcast. Dan Labbe, Mary, Kay Cabot, Scott Patsko. And we are going to do some fill in the blanks. Asked our Football Insider subscribers to send me some fill in the blanks. And as usual, when we ask them to do stuff, they came through for us. So this is going to be a tough one. From the 703 area code, the thing that keeps Kevin Stefanski awake at night is blank. What is he most concerned about? Go ahead, Mary Kay.
Teams figuring out what they're doing with Baker Mayfield, like slowing down the play action or the boots. Okay. If a team can diagnose that and figure that out, I think that that would be scary. I think that would be scary because so much of what they do is based on that play action keeper game, and good defenses are really, really working hard to chip away at these offenses, these cookie cutter offenses that you're seeing all over the NFL. The Browns are getting ready to play the same offense in Minnesota, right? This weekend. It's the Sean McVay offense. It's the Kyle Shanahan. It's the Green Bay. So, defenses are like, okay, we're kind of done with the play action boot game, and we're gonna figure this out. And I think that if I were Kevin Stefanski, that's what would keep me up at night.
Man, I mean, Nick Chubb's health. He's not been dinged up or anything, but I think knowing how they struggled last year without him might be one. But I think I would go with just this receiving group as a whole, maybe, and trying to figure out how to get the most out of it, because you could argue that they really haven't at this point. Dealing with Jarvis's injury, getting Waddell back into the swing of things, and how to get the most out of Peoples-Jones, and where does Schwartz fit into that? He gets production out of the tight ends, out of his running backs, but this year, getting the most out of his wide receivers, it's been a chore. And I think we've come away with, really the last 2 weeks especially, wondering why he hasn't gotten as much production out of them, and how different would the game have been if he had someone kind of step up and be able to even get some targets. I mean, they weren't even targeted for the most part. So I would say right now it might be wide receivers.
I think the word hamstring is what's keeping him awake at night now. Over and over again, having somebody from the training staff walk into his office and say somebody's got a hamstring or something like that. I think that's probably the word that's keeping him up at night. And by the way, shout out to our texter here for referring to Kevin Stefanski as K-Steph. We're going to make that stick.
Whatever happened to Coach Ski?
Oh, Coach Ski. Oh, wait, I've got another one. Can I?
Oh, okay.
Honorary mention for Ellis, who couldn't be on with us today. COVID.
Oh yeah, that's still
positive COVID test. Still a nightmare, because you could have, for the vaccinated guys like Baker, he tests on a Monday usually, although they have a window. But I think that most of those guys would test on a Monday. So if you test positive on Monday, you have a really good chance of getting back onto the playing field by Sunday. But there are going to be some weeks where, they're playing a Thursday night game after a Sunday game. You know what I mean? So that I would say that would be something that would probably be keeping every single NFL coach awake at night this year.
Yeah, I don't think it's as tenuous as it was. I mean, last year it really felt day to day. Like,
yeah,
you just never knew what was going to happen day to day. But that's still in the back of everyone's minds for sure.
Yes.
That's a good one. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Orange and Brown Talk podcast. Stick with us all week as we'll be with you with our prediction pod. Got to watch the tape coming up as well this week, and then our post game pod after the Vikings game. For Scott and Mary Kay, I'm Dan. Thanks for listening, everybody.